two, three. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Let's go.
Yo, it's AU guys Charlie here, and we got Reg joining us.
Hello.
Tonight we're just hanging out. I might recap some of the stuff that I did over the last week and going to Poike Fest and everything else that had happened during that week. Like, I threw my back out so bad that by like Thursday, I left work at like noon, and it was like, I had enough. I can't. And I went home. And by the time we got everything packed up and the painkillers kicked in, I was like this. By the time my live stream was supposed to start, so I postponed it. What's up, Prospector Ron? Hey, when is the next meeting up at the Pike River Prospecting Club there?
We got 406 Minor in the house.
What's up, 406? How you doing? We got WK in here. Detectable just jumped in. Wrenches or Repairs is here.
We got Bacchus.
How you doing?
Scorpion Metals.
Yeah, like, I pretty much did nothing while I was at Poike Fest. I sat on the beach a few times and watched the kids go swimming and stuff. I sat in the water when it got really hot. I entered a cooking competition and placed third place.
Nice, congrats.
First time in 8 years I finally placed, so.
Can't go wrong with that.
It was a recipe me and my dad were working on for this year before he passed away, so I figured I was going to try and give it a shot myself, and it ended up turning out really good, so. Like,
That's
when I went
awesome.
back to go collect my pot from where everybody sets theirs down for people to enjoy, because it's like a potluck, but it's also a cooking competition, so we let everybody else try it after the judges go through everything, and there was nothing left in my pot.
Hey, that's a sign of a well-cooked meal.
Yep. So how was your trip?
Oh, it was long, but it was a blast. A few times we had to cut our time in certain areas short due to the wildfires going on out there, but all in all, we were safe. Yeah. Good evening, Prospector Ron.
Hey there, guys. How's it going?
It's going all right. So when's the
Going
next
good.
club meeting?
He'll be here on the 16th, Saturday after this next.
I might not be around.
Uh-oh.
Because the 15th, 16th, and 17th, I'm going to be at Cottonwood Gold Camp.
Oh, okay. Oh,
So
that
I'll
sounds
have
like fun.
stories and videos and gold to show off when I get back for the next month.
Speaking of gold to show off,
Here, let me make you big quick.
I don't know if you can see it in there.
Right over by the piece of quartz in the host rock, I can see something there.
Yeah. That's one of the pieces of ore that I found on the trip. Got another bigger piece of it here.
I have a really awesome dolly pot here if you want to.
I've got one downstairs.
We got 16 awesome people in the house. I see you keep digging metal detecting. Hello, how you doing?
But yeah, I'm excited to crush this material and see how much is in it.
Oh, I believe it.
It's just ironic, though, because the claim that this stuff came from, we must have done 20 pans
Gold Eagle.
3 days in a row, me and my buddy, and we found maybe 1 or 2 fly specks per pan. You know, we checked high, we checked low, we checked banks, we checked behind boulders, we checked everywhere. Couldn't find nothing. I randomly pick up 2 rocks out of the creek because I thought they looked cool. They were covered in clay. I didn't find out until I got back to Ontario that they had gold in them. Had I known, I would have collected a crap ton of this material. I would have filled buckets because there's tons of it in this creek. Tons of it.
How far are you away from it?
Halfway across Canada.
Oh, that's pretty far.
Yeah, it's a 5-day drive out west. Takes 2 days just to get out of Ontario. But yeah, I'm going back next summer, and I know what I'm looking for on that claim, so I'm gonna hit it hard. I'm coming back with a couple of freaking buckets of this stuff.
Well, if that is gold specimens, it should scream off on a metal detector.
Unfortunately, I don't have one anymore.
Oh yeah,
Have to invest in a new one, but
Yeah, it depends how much gold is in there too. You know, it just might pass over because gold isn't really that high of a conductor. It might just barely be showing above iron.
yeah, it all depends on the detector you're using too, right?
Yeah, yep, definitely.
But I'm just honestly going to crush the material and pan her out.
Yeah,
Might
I'll
might
be
roast
setting
it
that out,
first.
like, the next 2 days, I'm going through a list, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm getting everything out as it needs to go out. I'm just working from top down and sending it out when I can send it out. I'm not doing any more raffles, like none of that after this. I'm getting all this stuff out, and that's the end of it.
And Rock Butcher, I agree, especially if we're spending a couple of days at your place, and those Persian donuts are amazing. They're almost like a cinnamon bun, but they've got like this strawberry cream icing that you put on it. Oh.
Later, wrenches. What's up, Lucky Luke? How you doing? Gold Panning Dutchie, what's up?
Now, have you seen how the Flower Gold Wizard is starting to go on the benches now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I've been trying to get the guys to go on the benches now for quite a while. A guy came into my shop maybe a year or so ago, and he says, "How come you guys aren't going on the benches?" He said, "We used to find stuff on there all the time." So I think that's the way to go.
These days, everybody hits the creeks, and they don't pay attention to the bench. The bench sits there,
No,
just
see,
wasting away.
I pay attention to all that stuff because I'm thinking about how the river channel was in like ancient times when those benches were actually submerged underwater. Because now you're looking at a whole different pay streak to what you're digging down there because the water levels dropped so much.
Yeah.
I've thought about it already, but there was laws and rules saying that you couldn't dig into the banks and stuff like that. So I didn't dig into the benches.
You might be able to get away with it if you're a couple of feet away from the bank. No?
I thought the only way you could do stuff like that was if you're on private property.
Yeah, if you're just covering stuff up, I don't think anybody would say anything where we go.
Yeah, out there, I can see that, but at the same time, you also have to promote actually following the rules and stuff. So,
right, and I actually have to get together with the county to make sure that we can keep on doing what we're doing. Anyway,
I'll be right back.
But yeah, like over by Tigerton, I contacted the park's main office and contacted like the park's chairman and asked them permission to be able to go digging in the creek. And they said, yeah, as long as you follow Wisconsin rules and guidelines on prospecting and prospecting equipment, then yeah, we don't have an issue. Knock yourself out. It's an open park.
Yeah, a lot of times they just don't want you in the green zone, that's on the edge.
Yeah.
Right on the edge. But where we go in the gravel pit is essentially a bench.
Yeah. I didn't think like of that because it was, I thought it was like a quarry because it's a gravel pit.
Right. But the water at one time went through there pretty high.
I can see that because looking at some of those channels from the satellite view on the maps and stuff, you can see how the water flow worked its way through there. You can even see like bedrock shelves that run for like miles.
Yeah. Yeah, especially when you get over the other side where you and Wade went to check that other road out. That there was a river going through there, not just a creek.
Yeah. And I mean, like the spots that we're checking out now, there's some pretty interesting elevation drops and large like boils from these elevation drops before the creek turns like 90 degrees and goes a different direction. And it does it twice where we walked further up. I haven't got done finishing editing that video, but I have like a few other videos where it shows where we're walked up there and you can see all this stuff and it all looks really good.
Yeah. Yeah, that area does look awesome.
Have a great night, WK.
Later, WK.
We got Secret Creek in the house, but shh, it's a secret.
I haven't seen Secret Creek in like forever. But other than that, it was an uneventful trip. I mean, everything went really good. The welds that Milwaukee Matt did on the hitch for me are still holding up pretty well. I mean, it pulled a pop-up camper from like Matt's place to Nugget Lake, and then from Nugget Lake back to here, then from here to Zumbro Falls, Minnesota, and back. So I think it's good.
That guy's got to be an accomplished welder. That thing was really hanging low.
Yeah, well, the bolts had rusted through on the front end, so it dropped. And it happened while I was pulling my brother's pop-up, which is a lot heavier than the one I'm pulling now. Because it's a hard side. This one's a canvas side.
So what did he do to make it bond?
What we did is we took a pallet jack and some blocks and jacked it back up to where it was tight against the frame. And then like the area where the frame was gapped between the bolts and the tow bar, we took some rebar and bolts and welded it into that, connecting it to the solid part of the hitch receiver to the solid part of the frame, and just welded it together. So the only way that that's coming out now is if that thing rips the whole rear end out of my truck.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got to be a good welder. That I didn't have much hope for him.
Better than what I would do. I'd just throw some JB Weld on there and pray for the best.
Hey, I was thinking about using duct tape and zip ties, but Matt was like, nope, we have to weld it. Throw a little bubble gum in there just to pack the cracks.
But he is quite a fabricator, though.
Yeah, he is. He's really good at what he does.
Yeah, coat hangers are always a good trick, Secret Creek.
Yeah, the only problem with the coat hangers is if you're trying to hold a muffler up, the coat hangers actually melt. I've had that happen before. But it did get me home, though. We know aluminum's your favorite kind of welding there. 406. You make sluice boxes and stuff sometimes. Anything interesting going on? Have you gone out for any trips or anything like that since the last time we saw each other there on?
Not for a while. I might do a metal detecting outing sometime during the week, maybe next week. I haven't decided. I got to get a little farther towards the weekend to see what the forecast is. You know, rather to have a bunch of people drive here and have it rain or have a storm. But if the weather's good, I'll try to get it in there. I'll try to get a few of them in before it freezes up.
Yeah, it's coming up close though. I mean, we're starting to get those wild weather swings where it's like 90 degrees the one day and the next day you're wearing long pants and a sweatshirt because it's like chilly the whole day.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how it is there in Canada, but here it had a hard time hitting 70 degrees.
It's been rather warm up here the past couple of days, but while I was out west there, we had a couple of nights that dropped down to pretty much freezing. Mind you, I was also 2,500 feet up a mountain, but you know.
Yeah, it gets a little bit colder up there.
Yeah, just a tidbit.
Just a tidbit. Just a wee bit.
Been doing good at Secret Creek. Had a month-long trip out west. Did some prospecting. Few videos coming up that should be on Dan Hurd's channel. We did 3 days and 2 different claims. We finally got into Pickerton this year. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, Gold Eagle says it was 93 degrees by him. Yeah, it was like 64 here today.
It was thunderstorming here most of the day. And then in the evening, it cleared up, and I swear you're standing in a desert.
Yeah, whereabouts are you located?
I'm in southern Ontario near Niagara Falls.
Oh, okay. Yeah, not too far from Gold Eagle then there, huh?
No, not that far at all. I'm about 30 minutes away from Niagara Falls, and I believe he's maybe an hour away from there or 2.
What's up, Mark Miller? How you doing? The Asylum.
Mr. Mark. Good to see you, brother.
Yeah, so I think once we hit that really red layer down there, because in order to dig through that layer to get to where the gravels are, I was holding my breath and going under the water to try and get the shovel out. So it's kind of deep, so I think if we stay from that layer across the creek and go, yeah, you can find a lot of gold in there.
Yeah,
We
Wade
got
was
Just Be Cool in the house, guys.
What's up, Just Be Cool? How you doing?
Wade was telling me that he went to 1517 and found another layer down below the clay.
There's like four or five different layers that I'm digging through. Where like glaciation, where like I can go on the map that I have and show you where glaciers had moved over different periods and time zones, like times, and each one of those, it correlates to one of those clay layers. So you can go from finding super small stuff up top where like you get to the first 2 feet, then below that you'll find like really fine stuff and the occasional like little picker or poker, and then below that you get a lot more of the chunkier, bigger pieces with flour gold, and that's where you're finding the good stuff from there down. At least at Nugget Lake.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Brad.
Now, do you get gold locally there in Canada?
We get gold in northern Ontario. There's plenty out in BC. There's part of a gold belt heading towards Quebec, Nova Scotia. The middle provinces, you might find a little bit from glacier material. But as for gold belts in the middle provinces, I'm not sure. Northwest Territories and Yukon, obviously there's plenty there. But Ontario is primarily hard rock. So you got to work for it.
So crevicing, like picking out the cracks and stuff and hoping you find something in one of those fissures.
Yeah,
Kinda
Rock
like-
Butcher
kinda-
is up. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
It's kind of like when we go out with the rocker boxes. You know, that would be a perfect setup for like the bedrock area that you have. If you can find some of those crevices that actually have some material that you can work, then that rocker box would be ideal.
Yeah.
Because you just use the same water in your tub to run the rocker box, and you just throw your material in there and classify it out.
Right.
Does all the work.
Rock Butcher is up in Thunder Bay, Ontario. He's right in the Ontario Gold Belt. A lot of that is like lode gold, but there is some glacier and placer deposits.
Yeah, see, like the lode gold from that area when the glaciers were pushing through, went through like Lake Superior and over onto the beaches there and across into Wisconsin. And
Yeah.
that's where gold, like what, that's one of the veins in that same line heading towards the north, like northeast a little, but it, all that got pushed down towards us from that ice.
A lot of it did, but there's still so much locked up in the rock here. You know, we're sitting on the plate that we're on. It's one of the oldest rock formations on Earth, right? So it's had its time to do its thing and push that gold up. And but yeah, Southern Ontario, there's just nothing here. I wish.
Well, the
Secret Creek, I made one. I have one out in the garage. I'm just waiting until we can get together up at Pike River Prospecting Shop. And me, Elijah, and Ron and Wade are going to have a rocker box competition with our homemade rocker boxes and see which one catches more gold.
yeah, we're all putting our own touches on the thing to make them unique. But essentially, what we're trying to create there is a machine. You put everything in, and it just filters everything out and leaves the gold there.
Yep.
Which it comes pretty close to doing.
I mean, we were finding pretty good rocker box material and gold up over by 403.
Yeah.
I opened up a new area on the other side, and me and Wade, the last time we were out there, he was digging from where his hole was, and I was digging from that next shelf over on the other side, heading up towards that tree. Like, if you go back and look at the video, you'll see where I started digging. But once I got down to that bedrock in this open channel, like right on the bedrock, it was like this color red. From like,
Yeah, your side had a little better gold on it too.
yeah.
What he was saying.
Rock Butcher just put the answer to your question there about the gold in Ontario.
But you get a lot of fossils, so.
Yeah, there's the quarry here in Port Colborne, which is like 20 minutes from here. It's an old ancient seabed. A lot of limestone, a lot of fossil. I actually found a trilobite in the one quarry when I was a kid.
Well, you're right on the Niagara Escarpment.
Yeah,
And we are too, actually, on the other side where we are, where Charlie and I are from.
Yep. It makes like a big bowl.
yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why the other Great Lakes are where they are, is because that dolosite bowl that's made there from the layers of coral that's been fossilized over and over and over and over again from repeated cycles of salt water, like drying out salt water, drying out salt water, drying out. And that's also why there's also one of the largest salt deposits in that area that gets mined.
Well, look at the salt mine in Lake Erie there, just over in Buffalo.
But like Superior is actually part of like a tectonic movement that happened. It had ripped and split open, and then it filled with basalt. And when the glaciers came through, the basalt was soft, and the ice just took it all out, and that's why it's so deep. I did a lot of research on the Great Lakes and stuff like that, and following the glacial movements and flows just to see how everything like got moved. Because that's how I prospect, is I use glacial maps.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah,
And it's worked out for me really well. And a lot of those glacial movements went a lot further south than people think. I mean, like as far south as like Iowa and all the way across, it was quite a bit of snow, and it wasn't just snow and ice. And I mean, like some of the stuff where it was coming through here was like 17 miles thick of ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Indiana got our good gold.
Yeah.
All our nuggets and everything.
Yep. Because if you think about it, like all the material and everything that's riding on that snow and ice, depending on where it came through and how much was concentrated in that spot, once that melted, where did it get dropped? It's all going to be like the central part of the United States.
Yeah.
And if you look at most of the gold mines, gold bearing places, and places that have larger gold, it's all in that belt.
See, I have a sneaking suspicion the Niagara Escarpment contains some glacial material. However, here in southern Ontario, it's part of what they call a green belt, and it's a protected habitat, which means that there's no mining, no prospecting. All of those activities are just strictly forbidden.
Yeah.
Mind you,
there's a few waterways here that are like that too.
If you're a land developer, then, you know, the government of Ontario is more than willing to open the green belt for land development, even though it's been deemed protected habitat.
Yeah, see that I find wrong.
Oh, it is wrong.
Protected habitat, it shouldn't be open to any type of development.
Oh, I agree. And, you know, I know this is politics, but, you know, the guy who's premier of Ontario right now, he ran on a promise that he wasn't going to touch the greenstone belt. And the minute somebody pads his pocket, oh, sure, we're more than willing to open it up for you. And now they want to open more of it.
Because all they'd have to do is find some rare earth element in there, and wherever they want to be open.
Here in my town, in Welland, we used to host Union Carbide. So they used to have ship loads, not ship loads of silicon carbide ore delivered to the site. Well, when Union Carbide pulled out, they left, I think it was 500,000 tons of this ore just sitting on the property. They were planning on building houses on the property until they found the deposit, and now they're building a freaking processing plant.
Yeah, see, I think somebody knew exactly what was there, and they're like, yeah, we'll develop this area. And oh, look, we found this huge deposit. I think we're going to mine it.
Well, the company that was hired for land development on that Union Carbide property, they're literally a brand new land development company, and they won the contract. But because they found the deposit, it's no longer being used for residential development. I agree, Rock Butcher. Absolutely.
I'm still picking like sawdust out of my beard. I mean, there's this chunk in there.
You're just saving some for later.
I should collect those and put them in a baggie and be like, 2x4 for sale, some assembly required. Or just get a bunch of sawdust together and put it in a bag and be like, sheet of plywood, some assembly required.
Right.
It'd be like flake board, right?
Yeah.
Kids, build your own birdhouse kit. There you go, Otis. Fire starter, beer dried kindling.
It'll go with the 501 Flickum.
Right, right.
So, Charlie, how many 2x4s do you cut in a day?
Let's see. How many is in skid load? I think there's 250 times that by like 4. Yeah, a lot. And then there's the lineal board, the plywood.
We got DB in the house.
What's up, DB?
Well,
how you doing? We've been live for 30 minutes. We got 16 awesome people in here yet. Rock or Otis is like, oh shit, I forgot about the Slickum. And her hair's not quite long enough yet to do it, so. And 20 likes. That's awesome. Shinola. What's Shinola? Is that for the bald spot? Yeah, I know, Rock Butcher. He told me he was going to do it after my live stream, and he's doing it now. Muckraker Prospecting. Hello.
welcome, Muckraker.
Yeah, so it's been a long couple weeks. Trip out to Minnesota cost a little bit more than I expected, but it happened.
Trips
That's-
are always more expensive than they expected to be.
We were used to taking 2 minivans, but this year we took the Jeep with the pop-up, so it was like 2 tanks of gas to get there, then 2 tanks of gas to get back.
How did you do prospecting out there?
I didn't even get a chance to run because my back was hurting too much. I rested that whole weekend. I did some cooking, and that was about it.
Uh-huh. Then it was a family.
I did run my Nugget Lake cons while I was there because
Uh-huh.
I had to clean up sluice in the cons with me. So I sat in a lawn chair and I fed the sluice, and after I was done running all that material, it took 3 cleanouts to run through all that material I had. That material that I brought back from that like red layer, it is super, 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 super iron rich. And I mean, there's large. Like we had to classify the material down after we ran it again, just because there was that much big, like heavy material in that black sand. All right, Rock Butcher. Thanks for joining us. Isn't that the truth? Construction of a bridge falls into geologist's category. Makes no.
Makes sense to me.
What's up, HD? How you doing? Yeah, I was at Zumbro Falls, Minnesota there, Mark, at Bluff Valley Campground for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, Labor Day weekend for the Poiki Fest.
Now, you were saying that's a pretty good area to prospect, huh?
Yeah, that's actually one of the rivers that Minnesota's gold rush started on.
Muckraker, you were correct on that one.
What's the history on that?
It's just a few things that I've heard in like the prospectors hangout chat that I'm a part of on Facebook, because I contact a lot of people in networks, stuff like that, try and find locations to go check out and prospect. I heard on there through people I've started looking it up online, and most of the information that I've heard from there is pretty good.
Yeah, you do hear those stories about almost everywhere, where such and such worked his way through college just by going out and gold panning. And then you hear about, this old miner, he was there for 30 years on that stream, and, on and on. And one of them, I heard two brothers set up a sluice on a river. And I actually did find the remains of it, though, in that case. There was all their tailings and everything were still there. But that's the only one that I've ever seen that really checked out.
Yeah, I mean, there are those where you hear the stories from people where it's like, yeah, you need to check out this spot. And you get there and it's a bust. It happens, yes.
Yeah.
But there's other information where, like, I've even gone out there and prospected once before, and that was just a short run and found some pretty good stuff. So I don't know. From what I've heard and what I've seen from that stream and river that they have through there, it's pretty good. And it's like where I'm camping at there, it's on the one inside bend. And then where it goes around to like the north beach of the park, there's another inside bend along that. And all the way from the campground down to the gas station, it's just these huge winding like S-turn banks that, like, you know exactly where you're going to find the line of gold because you follow the impact zones of where it's going to drop out along those banks, and it seems to work out really good.
Uh-huh.
Having a quick safety meeting. Sorry, I'll be right back.
That's all good. But other than that, yeah, it's just, I might hit Tigerton this weekend. Matt might be coming up. We're going to go out there. We're going to meet up with one of the guys that we met down there, and he's going to take us out to a spot where he says it's way better than where we were digging. We're going to go check it out and see. It's going to be a fun time.
We got PA in the house.
Yeah, apparently, like, PA texted me earlier today, asked me if I'm not doing live streams anymore. I'm like, where did you get that idea? The only reason why I didn't do it last week is because I threw my back out like Tuesday, and by Thursday at noon, it was so bad I left work, came home, and by the time I like was ready to go like for the live stream and stuff, it was like 4 painkillers in, and I was a zombie. after getting everything packed. So I wasn't doing the live stream.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough.
I couldn't sit in a chair like this. I had to lay down. That's how bad it was. Getting to that point for the cortisone shot again. So
I wanted to show Mr. Rock Butcher in chat there. He gave me some material from his current project that he's working on. It's lithium ore. Well, I decided to do something nifty and put it with the Thunder Bay amethyst from my trip.
Mason Merck Metal Detecting. Hello.
Show him what I did with the chunk of lithium ore.
Oh, we got Travis joining us. Yeah, Travis, just to let you know, I was in that live stream that you started on Wednesday. It's just like I was getting ready to type, and then all of a sudden it's like you ended it, and I'm like, oh, well, where do you go?
Yeah, I didn't mean to end it, and then I started it again. You must have missed it, but yeah. Sorry about that, man.
Like I was hurting by that time, and it's like, yeah, I can hang out, but I'm not jumping up, is what I was texting.
Yeah. No, it's all good, man.
Hey, Travis.
Reg, how you doing, man? Finally
Doing
back.
good. Yes, sir.
Right on. How's it going, Ron?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How's everybody doing in the chat? Mark, Mr. Asylum.
Hey, PA, click the link.
How's it going, 406? Stacy, how you doing, man? Dan, Jim, how you doing, Jim? Thanks, Jim. Yeah, I'm eager to get that parcel. My next live, I'll be processing that stuff. Rock Butcher sent me some stuff. I think, Reg, you picked up a whole bunch on your trip, eh?
I did. 4 bags full.
Nice.
Yeah,
he handed me
like 100 pounds, like in US, like 100 pounds of dirt.
Yeah, he gave me 4 mesh bags and said, fill them up as much as you can carry. It's got to be a good 200 pounds worth of stuff.
Right on. Awesome.
I did a couple of test pans from 3 random grab bags. One of them was pretty much just crushed pyrite. The other 2 were crushed quartz samples. No gold in it, but that doesn't mean there isn't gold in it. Exactly. I just got to run the material.
It's going to be some cool stuff either way.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to have a blast running through it.
Yeah.
But I still have a shit ton of stuff from the Fraser River to go through.
Did you bring? Nice. Look at all those, eh?
Yeah.
That's all black sand.
100 Brick Street.
I did 1 pan of this material the other day, and there must have been between 50 and 150 colors in my pan.
Good old Fraser River. Jeez.
Yeah. Rock Butcher's got some of this. I left him some.
Oh, nice. Nice. I'm going to have to buy a box of beer when I see Rock Butcher. That's the deal.
If you ever end up in Thunder Bay, make sure you get him to try or get you the Persian donuts. Those things. Oh, dude. Do you like cinnamon buns?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, imagine a cinnamon bun with less cinnamon, and it's got this strawberry cream icing that you put on top.
Yeah.
You have to put the icing on yourself. And
nice.
dude, oh.
Right on.
Nice, Rock Butcher.
Come up and talk about your trip.
Whose trip?
PA, he went to Vermont.
Yeah. We all went on trips. It's kind of cool. Where is PA? Is he in the chat?
Yeah, he's in chat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was talking about his trip to Vermont.
Yeah, get up here, Dan. What are you doing, man?
Jim, you and your daughters are lucky. You live up in Northern Ontario where they sell those. If I could encourage somebody down here to sell them, I probably would. And then Tom would probably buy them out. My prospecting partner loves these things. Yeah.
We got a place here south of where I live in Alberta, and it's got Western Canada's largest cinnamon buns, and they're like the size of a dinner plate. It's just
nice.
They're massive and they're delicious. They're made fresh every day.
I will have to look into that.
Yeah.
My inner fat kid saying, "Send me one."
Right? I know.
I will eat that on camera.
I will eat that on camera. I will join you in eating that on camera.
I'm saying the whole thing.
Oh yeah, no, we both get separate cinnamon buns, man. I'm not sharing.
That's my side.
That's mine. That's my bun. Yeah, you're gone for a while there, hey, Reg?
Yeah, I spent an entire month out west.
Nice.
Can't wait to go again next summer, dude.
Oh, I bet, hey?
I was showing them earlier, but one of the last claims that I stopped at was Rock Creek.
Oh, yeah.
And my buddy Tom and I must have done 20 pans each per day over the course of 3 days. We found maybe 1 or 2 fly specks per pan. We tested everywhere on this fucking claim. Couldn't figure out where the gold's depositing.
Yeah.
I picked up 2 random pieces of rock that looked nifty to me. They had some clay. I washed them off when I got back to Ontario. And it's a little hard to see because of my camera, but...
Oh, there it is. Oh, look at the gold in there.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. That's nice,
so,
man.
Had I known this was what it was when I was there, I would have collected buckets of this stuff.
Yeah. And then
next trip I go, I'm grabbing buckets.
Rock Creek, eh? Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of SIBO's claims.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, the area was worked in the early 1900s by a big placer operation. While you're driving into the spot, you see a whole bunch of pits and test pits and trenches where they dug. And
yeah.
His claim is almost right up at the end of the road. And apparently there's a big gold mining operation just a little bit north of him. So I'm assuming what they did is they placed a whole bunch of low-grade material down near one of the banks, and when the river flooded, it pushed all of this ore down the river. So this river's just loaded with this stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is Rock Creek before Headley or after Headley?
Before.
Okay.
Yeah. It's between Osoyoos and
No worries, Joe. I appreciate it. How you doing, man? Sorry about that.
Oh, good. It's between Osoyoos and Frank Slide. It's in that general area.
Yeah, it's on Highway 3. Yeah.
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 And what was really nifty is the road that you got to go in to get onto the claim. It's gated, but it's all crown land. So you just open the gate and go in. But right where the gate is, right across the street, there's a provincial park that's free to camp at.
Oh, nice.
So, free camping and the quick access to the claim. Can't go wrong there.
Can't go wrong there. Yeah. And so you had access to my claim there in my hole there.
Yep.
Some really nice red dirt, right? I've gone down further and I've actually found lots of color going down further. I'm probably I'm about 6 feet down now. So
okay, because when we were there, we did a couple of pans out of the hole.
Yeah.
And we got maybe 1 or 2 specks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we went down. Yeah, we went down to the riverbed there as well. And did a few pans along there, found a few specks here or there, but
yeah. I'm getting told that Lower Perry Creek, where my claim is on, it's been really worked. So
yeah,
I might end up selling this claim and buying another one somewhere further up that creek or on the Wild Horse. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Or I might just venture further into the Caribou area. We'll see.
Well, if you can get something near Boston Bar,
yeah,
I would recommend that.
Yeah, that's like a 10-hour drive for me, though.
10-hour drive, but when you're seeing 30 or 40 colors per pan, some of them are bigger than others. You get the right spot on that river, and you're going to hit some nice material. Yeah, just working the 3 or 4 of Dan's claims that I stopped at this year along there, and Seabo's as well. It's worth it if you can get a spot on the Fraser, dude.
That's true. Yeah, just got to make sure I can work it. So, but I can send guys out there to work it too and just log their hours. So,
well, exactly.
Yeah.
How much does that pay?
What's that?
I said, how much does that pay?
It pays the gold that you find.
Yeah, you can keep the gold you find. Exactly.
That's pretty much the deal that I worked out,
Thing
Looks
like
like
where
Mr.
I just
Hurd
had in
found
his
a nice
bio that he
nugget,
showed me before we went live and what I can move. Okay, that sounds like a deal. Pick me up at XYZ in about 23 hours.
I've got lots of spots we can get you across the border, Charlie. Don't worry about it.
Well, we do have the largest unprotected land border.
What's up, Shane? How you doing? West Isles Adventures.
How's it going, Shane?
G'day, Shane.
Ron, how's stuff going for you down south there?
Oh, pretty good. My rock shop's doing good. And then a lot of the people that pass by are going up to Lake Superior to hunt for what they call euperlites or sodalite cyanide, which is more or less fluoresces.
Okay.
And it's on the Great Lakes. So you guys that are on the Great Lakes would find us probably almost anywhere. They find it actually in Lake Michigan and all the way down to Chicago.
Oh, wow.
And then a few of the guys that have been going through go up to the copper area in upper Michigan, and they go to the tailings piles. They collect certain minerals, or they detect for copper. That's what a lot of the tourist street is.
Copper nuggets up there, some really nice pieces.
Yeah.
Really? Like big copper nuggets like that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
if you find a good size one like this, it's probably going to be worth over $100. You know,
Holy crap.
This comes from Copper Mountain in BC near Princeton.
Oh, wow.
how heavy is that?
I haven't weighed it yet, but I'd estimate it's about 3 pounds. It's got some weight
Cool.
to
How
it.
you doing, man? I got both of you. Don't worry about it. We'll get you across.
So who's going to fly the drone with a couple of joints in it to distract the border guards?
Charlie's got it.
I got one. The $60 drone from the mall.
There you go.
That one, so that if it crashes, it's fine.
You got to make sure you light the joints first, so that way they can follow the smell.
Yeah, and then just dip them in maple syrup, and you'll be golden.
Right, right. You'll get the RCMP and the police.
That's how us Canadians roll up here, man. Yeah, I'm already got the wife on board for coming down to Wisconsin, man. Next May, going down to Nugget Lake.
How's it going, guys?
Hey,
How's it
Shane.
going?
Going on?
Not much.
Not
Just
much.
checking out.
How about you?
Having a rest from finding all this gold.
Tough life, man. Jesus.
Right?
Yeah, I know. I only got 6 pieces yesterday, but one of them was a 4-grammer.
Wow.
Nice.
Can't go wrong with that.
Found 9.5 grams the day before. Had an 8-gram day, 6-gram day. And this specie I got looks like it's got a bit of gold in it.
Jeez, I need to come down to Australia.
Can you see that?
Yeah, that's
Here,
beautiful.
let me make you big.
Oh, there we go.
Hang on, I'll change the camera so we can see better. Looks better on the back camera, then I can see what I'm actually bloody doing as well. Let me just try and figure it out. Oh, shit, what have I done?
You just turn the camera off. Go to the more button.
Oh, yep. Settings, camera. Sorry, it's been ages since I've done any YouTube stuff. Right, so here it is.
Wow.
Look at the
Nice.
gold poking out of that.
I love
Now this-
I love your guys' gold down there. My God.
Yeah, this is super pure, this stuff. We're looking at 98, 99% here.
Oh my.
This is I'll show you the nuggets that I found. This is for the last, let's say, 2 days, because we had a weigh up the other day. Hang on, I need to put the phone down. Right, so these are the little nuggets that I've got. That's the
Jeez.
4-grammer. It's a nice piece.
That's a nice piece.
Yeah, I forgot to put the warning out before Shane jumped on. If there's any children in the room, watch out because we're showing gold porn. Back at it.
1-grammer. Yeah, I've been getting some nice little nuggets here. As you can see, the other day we had over 200 nuggets for the first week.
Wow.
Something like 47 grams. Then plus all the species, some of the species should have had a heap of gold in them. So there's this one as well. So we should be at 2 ounces by now. But we should be finding 2 ounces a week, so we're a bit behind. But we we stopped in at some other spots and didn't do very well, but it was worth a look anyway.
Yeah. Well, it's
Yeah,
still
so
nice.
Brad Welch has got a question in there. He says, "Got any for sale, man?"
Yeah, I sell a lot, but I just normally like to do face-to-face deals with gold, you know.
Yeah.
Don't like to put it in the mail too much.
I think he's an Aussie as well.
All right. Yeah, well, if you're in WA, actually hit me up on the West Oz Adventures Facebook page and I'll see if I can sort you out, man. I've got a fair bit of gold to go when I get home, actually. The
Because,
price
yeah,
is going up at the moment. It's wonderful.
Yeah,
What's
he
it at
says,
right now?
"Got any for sale?" and then says cash only. LOL.
It's over $3,000 an ounce at the moment, Australian. Oh man, it's so windy out here. Look at this crap. My thing's broken. So now I got no more shade.
Gosh, it's windy.
You need
Oh,
some
yeah.
duct tape, Shane.
I don't think that's going to fix that one.
Just do it the old Canadian way. Some duct tape.
Nah, she's buggered. I'm just going to get a new one. Yeah. Anyway, I should think about doing some more work. If you can even call it that, it is.
So how far are you digging down for that gold?
I've had some pretty deep digs lately. A couple foot deep. 4 grammer was pretty deep. 1.5 feet. This is all the other gold in here. 1.5 ounces.
Listen to
Make
that.
sure it's
Are you hitting lots of calcrete out there?
no. Yeah, there's a couple that we've had to chisel out, but this is more like conglomerate bedrock than calcrete. It's bloody solid. So I'm trying not to detect it too much because my jackhammer's about 70 k's away in the bush at camp, and I'm not going back there to pick it up.
So how many leases do you have? You have a couple leases then, hey?
I just got one, but my lease is about probably 60, 70 k's from where I am now. That's all off-road driving. Got my shed out there, my camper trailers out there, excavators out there, got another trailer out there, got all kinds of shit out there.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
You
the excavator's
push.
Hey?
You use the excavator to do some pushing, or?
That's all. So far.
Use the excavator for dry blowing.
Oh yeah.
What you got there, Charlie?
This is what I've gotten so far for my season.
Oh yeah. Not bad. Not bad for where you are.
Yeah.
He's just laughing at us because it's. Oh jeez.
That's some of my stuff from BC.
Not bad, Reg. You poor bloke should have a heart attack if you've seen what I find every day. It is hard work though, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, even like with Shane out there now, it's technically their winter coming into summer. So it's starting to heat up pretty bad out there.
Yeah, keep my eyes open for snakes now.
Yeah, like what do you guys at right now?
It's not quite 30 degrees Celsius, but you know, we've had a couple warm ones over 30. And when it gets over 30, you got to be careful. When it's warm at night, you got to you don't want to get out of the camp to go for a piss. You got to be pretty careful. You got to look for snakes because they're out at night. If you get bitten out here, you ain't not got a chance of getting back because it's a 3-hour drive at least to get to a town. You're done.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah. Not unless you get to one of the stations and hopefully old mate's going to fly you to the bloody end of town with his plane, but you know.
Don't get that lucky.
Even then, it's going to take me an hour to get to the station from where I am, if I make it. Snake bite can be pretty devastating in like 45 minutes to an hour.
especially in Australia, being around like one of the places where the like everything there is designed to kill you.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Still makes me want to go though. That gold, man. I would love to go to Australia and do some detecting.
You and me both. You and me both.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
But you guys must have lots of tourists out there detecting now, hey?
Nah.
No?
Not really, no. Well, years ago, the missus's old man sold a bloody Land Cruiser Troopy to an American bloke who used to come over here every year and spend the winters here and go prospecting. I think he used to do all right. But that was long before I started.
Yeah.
Well, there's a few French people around, some Germans, but there's not that many. I don't really see anyone where I go. I ran into 4 blokes the other day, which was a bit surprising because I'm out in the middle of nowhere. And, well, they knew who I was anyway because they seen my YouTube videos. So,
Yeah.
they're not finding much gold. No one really does because they don't work the ground properly like we do. We put the chains on and mark the ground and make sure we don't miss an inch of it.
So you guys do a lot of chaining, eh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man, I've probably chained about, I don't know, a couple acres of ground this week.
Holy
Maybe
crap.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of walking.
Yeah. A lot of digging too.
A lot of digging, a lot of swinging, right? Yeah.
A lot of swearing.
Fair, yeah.
A lot of drinking.
And a buttload of flies.
I've already no lies over here. I got all the proof.
Yeah, exactly, right? You got the proof. Shit.
I fell down a hill the other day. The pick hit me in the bloody stomach. And then I fell off the hill again yesterday, and the pick nearly hit me in the face. It would have knocked me out and some teeth.
Shit.
Yeah, sick of falling off these bloody hills. That only happens in the Arvo after a few beers, though.
Balance juice.
And Moto, he's talking about a 4 to 5 ounce monster gold specimen. If you haven't seen that rock that he has, it is something.
What's up, Scars?
A 4.5 ounce specimen?
Rock Butcher, Sir Jim, I think you got to come up and show that specimen, brother.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
I've held it. This thing is freaking amazing.
Wow.
That 4.5 ounces total weight or 4.5 ounces specific gravity?
You'd have to ask him on that one.
See that 55 grammer I got a couple months ago?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good piece. I sold it for $6,000. Couldn't hold on to it.
Wow.
Fair enough, Jim. Fair enough. 4 to 5 ounces done with the dip test.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. That's a lot of gold in
Good
there.
night, Jim.
The way I
Great
like
night and safe travels there, Rock Butcher.
The way I like to test species is get a big hammer and smash the absolute crap out of them and then pan them up.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm planning on doing with this material.
That's the go. Yep. So I've got heaps of stuff. I've got, oh man, I got.
If it's a
too
really
much
nice
stuff.
specie, though, don't you get more money if it's like really rare?
Everyone always tries to tell me that on my YouTube videos, but no one ever wants to put the money where the mouth is, eh?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there you go.
Uh,
Fair enough.
I've advertised them before, and people are like, well, it's a specimen. And I'm like, you're telling me they're worth a premium? You want to buy it? No? All right, smash it. Smash it, get the gold. It's easy.
Yeah, if they don't want to put their money there, then yeah, I'd be crushing them too.
Makes sense. Because everything I've ever heard is like specimens are supposed to have a premium.
Yeah, well, because I have a business partner as well, it's easy for us just to break it up and split the gold
Yeah.
rather than try and sell individual pieces. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
you
got
just got to
15
find the right
minutes.
market
Okay.
too.
Yeah, I sold a specie the other day. I got more than gold price for it, so you do get the odd sale, but it's not worth my time really. The amount of people I got to put up with that say they want it and then don't want to come and get it. It's always like that when you're selling gold.
You
Try
said
not to
there's
advertise.
15 minutes left there, Charlie?
Yeah, 15 minutes.
Anyway, I better go, guys. I got to get back to work in a second.
All right, Shane. Well, thanks for jumping up and joining us and jumping in here. Really
No
appreciate it.
worries. Have a good one, guys. Good to see you all.
Stay
see you,
safe.
Shane.
Good to see you, Shane.
See everyone in chat. Don't
Yeah,
forget
good
to check
night.
out my new video either. I just put one up a couple of days ago. It's not bad.
Nice.
But
Stay safe out there, man.
Always.
Take care.
Nick, jump up and join us.
And we got any plans for the weekend?
I'm going to be hitting up Tigerton.
Nice.
I've got some material to pan out, and I have to help my prospecting partner clean up the van and get it winterized. So,
Right on.
yeah.
Ron, how about you? Any plans?
Well, I work my shop, my
Oh, you're
prospect.
working your shop.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, I work Thursday through Sunday.
Oh yeah.
And then I close down at the end of October. That's when the tourist trade is pretty much done.
Yeah.
So, but I open by appointment if somebody needs something. So
Oh, okay.
I'm always around.
And Ron, are you in Wisconsin as well, or
Yeah.
Yeah. Barely.
barely? Right on.
Yeah, Michigan's only like 3 miles away from me. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right on the state line.
yeah.
I'm smack dab in the middle. It takes me an hour to get anywhere.
Oh, that's not bad. If you're only an hour away.
Like an hour to Shawano, an hour to New London, an hour to Wausau. It's an hour to any big town.
How far are you from Nugget Lake?
3 hours and 15 minutes.
How far is Ron from Nugget Lake?
About
I'm like
4 hours,
probably-
10
Yeah.
minutes.
4 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
So are you further east then?
Yeah, I'm way over on the east side.
On the east side. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like central middle.
Okay.
I hop on Highway 29 and head west, and then turn down, and I'm at like Nugget Lake.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's a straight shot.
Yeah, just because we're gonna take a week off in May, right? May?
Yeah.
Is it May when I'm coming down?
Yep.
Yeah. So I might hit up Pike River too, Ron. I might coming down and see what you got going on down there.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Hopefully by then we've talked to Mike Pung and get some more gold cubes down there too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna bring my equipment down too, because I'm driving down. So yeah, we'll bring some Canadian equipment down to the States.
Why is it sticky?
Why is it sticky? Yeah. Got to rinse it off with maple syrup first, and then it works. Yeah.
No, it's a new mining technology. It's called maple mercury.
Maple mercury. Yeah.
Yeah, those Canadians put maple syrup on everything, even their whiskey.
It's true. It's really good. Like, yeah,
It is.
it is. It's really good.
I
Even
like
vodka.
Canadian whiskey.
One of my
You can have-
favorite spices is maple bacon. I add that on everything.
Ron, the reason why you like the Canadian drinks is because you're in damn near Canada. You know.
I was gonna say he's got a drink right there with maple syrup in it. I think.
And Charlie, people around here actually say A too.
Yeah.
We do, don't we, Charlie?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey, Looter, how you doing?
Shh,
What's up,
it's the
Looter?
secret Canadian invasion, eh?
Don't you know?
I love that movie Canadian Bacon, though. That was like one of the best.
Stacy.
See, what America doesn't know is we've been secretly sneaking across the border. We're turning the border areas Canadian.
Yeah, 406. 406 says he's 18 hours and 20 minutes away from Nugget Lake.
Maybe I gotta come down, pick him up, and drive over.
Even if you got to stuff him in a suitcase, do it. I know he'll fit.
And in Wisconsin, you can make really good time if you're going between like one city or another city. The roads pretty much are really nice, and they go between city to city. But when you're out in the boondocks, it takes a while because a lot of times the roads just don't go there.
Yeah.
That puts a little extra time for Charlie to come up my way too, because the roads don't really go that way.
It takes like an hour and 30 to an hour and 45 minutes from my house to the shop.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and the one place they go prospecting at, that's probably only maybe an hour from your house, right? Not even 45
Not
minutes.
even. 15, 17, it's like 45 minutes.
45 minutes. It almost takes us that long to get there.
Yeah. It's like centrally located between us. It's really funny.
So do you guys have like claims like we have up here, or is it just private property and like government land?
Public land.
Land.
It's county land, and the county administers it, and they pretty much turn a blind eye to everything. This county is really good. They, as long as you don't mess things up or say cut down a bunch of trees or something like that, you can pretty much do whatever you want. And you can camp. You just get a camping permit, and you can camp for like 2 weeks at a time for a year. You can move it every 2 weeks. And
you just have to move to a different spot. You can't stay in the same spot for more than 2 weeks.
You can do the same here in Canada.
Yeah, it's the same
on
thing.
Crown land. But all you have to do is move, I think it's like 10 inches or 24 inches or something.
Yeah, it's not very far. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Stacy says he doesn't take up much room in the car, and he doesn't eat much either, so he's good.
Yeah, just give him a grouse. He's fine.
Yeah, just give him a grouse. He's fine.
Almost ran over plenty of those driving on some of the mountain roads.
Well, what is a specialty type food for your guys' area in Canada?
Specialty food?
Yeah, say what your local area be known for.
Oh, geez, that's a good question.
Steak poutine.
Steak poutine. There you go. Yeah.
Thin fried steak with Montreal steak spice
Yeah.
And the gravy has to be made with the juices from the steak, and it has to be cheese curd. Can't be none of the grated cheese. It's got to be cheese curd.
Yeah, it's
Cheese
gotta be
curd.
cheese curd.
Wisconsin's part of Canada, right there. Cheese curds.
Yeah, cheese curd. Yep. Yeah, that's a big thing around here. Cheese curds. And they're fresh too. I mean, when you go, they're warm. You go and you pick them up at the store. They're warm, and they're
Oh,
just
see,
laying there.
That's perfect for poutine, man.
Yeah, like
There's a
literally,
place-
you grab the cheese curds, they're still warm, and you stick them in your mouth, and they squeak when you eat them.
It's weak. Yep.
Oh wow.
There's a place in northern Ontario near North Bay. It's called Thornlow Cheese. This cheese is so good. I paid $63 shipping to have 4 bags sent to me.
Mono mining's like,
Oh,
I'm from BC. WTF? What is poutine?
Moto, you're on the West Coast. It's full of hippies out there. They don't know a good poutine from a hole in the ground. Sorry to say, I tried multiple on my trip out west, and you don't find a good poutine there.
They have an added food group. It's called cannabis. So, you know.
Yeah.
Well, you kind of get the munchies anyway, though, right?
When
Okay.
you got the munchies, you'll eat just about anything. So
Right?
Yeah, kind of explain how a poutine would be served. You know, to make if you were going to make a supreme one, how would you do it?
If I were to make a perfect poutine,
Yeah.
just like I described it previously, the steak poutine, that thin fried steak, a nice rich beef gravy that has the juices from that Montreal steak, so you get that blend of flavor in the gravy and from the steak, and of course cheese curd. But yeah, you throw that on some French fries, and
hi, the Bud Files. How you doing?
yeah.
Yeah. I'd probably do the same thing. Alberta's known, we're called like Little Texas. So we really love our beef here and our steak. So yeah, I'd definitely be throwing some steak on that poutine for sure.
Yeah. Now, personally,
From what you described, Reg, I can make that really quick, really easy.
one thing I want to experiment with, I want to make the steak myself next time I make poutine, is maple bacon flavor rather than the Montreal spice. That might be an interesting combo. And of course, it's Canadian, right? Got to throw that maple in there.
I just read that comment.
Moto, you go to the store, you get Montreal steak spice, you get some steak, you cook your steak with the Montreal steak spice. Save all the juices from the cooking steak. Quick and simple.
You can get
Now, would
all
you
kinds
cook it
of
like
juice
the-
from Quebec.
Would you cook it on a flat top?
Pardon?
Do you cook the steak on a flat top
Just in a frying pan.
in a frying
Yeah, I
pan?
use cast
Yeah,
iron. Yeah, cast iron frying pan.
Mark Miller's like, okay, damn it, now I'm hungry.
Right. Now I need
Speaking of cast iron frying pans, I just picked this little one up in Barkerville.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, They're good for drying out gold.
That's exactly why I bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can melt butter in there too. That'd be nice for that size.
Did you like
Yeah.
Barkerville, Reg?
Oh, I loved it. I
Yeah,
absolutely loved it.
I gotta go.
You do. If anybody is ever out in BC, go to Barkerville. The whole town is like a historical reenactment place. and it's just an all-around great time. We got Ray Russa in the house.
How you doing?
The blacksmith that works at Barkerville, that guy is a master at his craft. He knows just what to do with what he makes. It's phenomenal. I was impressed. I don't
And
know
if
where
anyone doesn't know, Barkerville is the gold rush in BC before they went up the Chilkoot Pass to the Yukon. So that whole Caribou region in BC is just riddled with gold everywhere. And Barkerville was like the hub.
Yeah. I was showing the blacksmith my little pick and shovel displays and how I worked the aluminum to make my shovel and pick heads. And, you know, we got to talking, and he told me to come back in 45 minutes. I go back 45 minutes later, and he hands me one of these. It's one of the old candle holders that they used to use in the mines.
Oh, yeah.
Shove that into the wall, you put your candle in the little hole here, and it burns for half of your shift. When that candle gets down, you know your shift's halfway done. You put your second candle in. When that's done, you know to get out.
Huh. That's cool.
Yeah. And the guy who runs the gold shop there at Barkerville, I was showing him my sculptures as well, and a few of them might make their way up to Barkerville soon.
Nice.
Yeah. You got to send them an email.
Sweet deal, Reg.
Yeah.
I did some metal detecting at an old miner's cabin up near my claim, and I found an old prospector's pan that's probably at least 50 to 75 years old. So it's on a video that I posted if you guys want to check it out. So
Yeah, so if you haven't, go check that out.
Yeah, we found one a couple of weeks ago. A couple of our prospectors for our club found one. What was that, 2 weeks ago?
Yep.
We found an old pan in our secret spot. So
nice. Right on. That's awesome.
Yeah, an old metal pan.
Yeah, it's cool when you find that old kind of stuff, right? And yeah. But I'm gonna go back and do some metal detecting inside the cabin because the foundation of the cabin's still there. It's still got 3 level of logs around it. So yeah, it's an interesting spot.
Ray says he still has his grandpa's old carbide headlamp.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, we have come to the end of the night. We've hit that hour-and-a-half mark. We still got 18 awesome people in here. Wanted to say thanks to everybody for coming and joining, stopping by, hanging out. Travis, Reg, Ron, thanks for jumping up on panel and joining me tonight.
No worries.
Always happy to be here, Charlie.
Come check out my live on Wednesday, guys.
Yeah, don't forget about Travis on Wednesdays. Ron, I'm not gonna make it this month for the meeting, but next month I'll be there to tell some stories, have some videos and things to show everybody, and it'll be a fun time. I'll be meeting up with a bunch of people from YouTube down there as well. Brewers Prospecting, I think, is supposed to be down there. Terry from Grease Monkey, Ed from Flash in Your Pan, and a few others are all supposed to be down there, so it should be a fun time.
I'll be out there next year.
yeah, you can expect to do a program for us if it works out right that you're there.
Right?
Be the 3rd Saturday of the month.
3rd Saturday of the month. Okay. Is your birthday on that? Are we planning that, Charlie? We should get on that.
Club meeting would be that day.
Well, I know I told Gron about next year, May. Because I
We
wanted
can
to.
plan it
Well,
backstage or
that's great.
something. Yeah.
You're doing the whole time. Well, you may be here for a while. You know, depends. Yeah. When is that next year?
It would be the 17th through the 26th.
Moto, if I knew the right fuel consistency, I could probably make some carbide fuel because I have some silicon carbide here, which was used in Thorold, Ontario in the production of carbide fuels.
So, Ron, yeah, May 2024, it would be the third Saturday.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, you got other plans then, Travis.
Yeah, it's the 17th.
I'm
through
coming
the,
everywhere. Wherever you guys want me to go, I'm going.
Well, we would have time to be able to like come back and stop up there for a while, maybe hit the upper UP and the beaches and stuff up there, look for some Uber lights, do some gold mining and stuff.
Nice.
And then, you know, it's going to be an adventure.
I'm following you guys. Me and my wife will we're along for the adventure. So
But anyone's welcome to come. The only thing is that you would have to pay for your campsite and stuff wherever we go. We'll be throwing huge get-togethers and making meals big enough for everybody to come and join and eat. So if you would like to throw in for some of the food and stuff to help cover some of it, that would be great. But it's one of those things that like you would have to get your way here and then be able to like join us at the campsites and stuff. Some might work out where we can split the campsite where we could have multiple people camping on one site, and it would lower the cost of that. But in some of the places, it would be like maybe 3 of us on a campsite, so the cost would be split. You just have to be able to cover your share of the campsite.
Yeah.
So it'll be a fun time. Everything will work out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And we're gonna find gold along the way. So there you go.
Oh, yeah.
And because I'm lower in elevation, I'll be working like a pack
Rape
rat.
date.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
You know, ironically, I find I work better in higher elevation.
Oh, really?
You know, when I was working the Fraser River, I was working like a mad dog. I was moving, 60-pound boulders like a bear, man.
Yeah.
But
Right
back here in Ontario, it's just like, yeah, I ain't got the energy for that.
Right on. Well, thanks for the live, Charlie. Appreciate it, man.
Yep. On that note, we're gonna call it a night. Thanks everybody for joining us. Here's that outro. And join
See you
us
later.
Wednesday on Travis's channel there.
Yeah.
And then stick around for more of the videos that we'll be doing with Pike River Prospecting and Wisconsin Michigan Prospectors Club. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming with them as well. And I still have a few other videos in edit that are coming up here pretty soon too as well. So stick around and watch for those. Make sure that you stop over at Joe's channel on Friday nights. Gold Eagle Prospecting. Come join us there as well.
On Friday?
Yeah, on Friday.
Nice.
But on that note, we're going to call it a night. Good night,
See you guys.
everybody.
Have a great night,
Yeah.
YouTube.